Last year, the comedy show saw the likes of Sugar Sammy, Trevor Boris, and Sabrina Jalise. This year, the Just a Comedy Show came back and it was just as funny. So let's take a look at these highlights. Are you excited for tonight?
I am excited for tonight. It's gonna be fantastic. Yeah, of course I'm excited. I'm always excited before a show.
A little bit nervous,
Yeah?
but it's always good to be nervous before a set or else something's wrong.
Yeah.
So I got my butterflies.
We had this one guy in my neighborhood who steal bikes. He was like a professional bike stealer, man. We called him Thief. Thief would steal all the bikes, take them apart and put together like a super bike. Be right down the street, be like, hey, Thief, come back with my handlebars.
I am glad it's cooled down a bit because it got a little hot and crazy there for a while. You know, the kind of hot that makes people think it's okay to go and swim in Lake Ontario. It got so hot and so humid that at one point it was officially hot as balls. Like, well, Spider-Man, $1 billion franchise. Why the f*** is this guy even a superhero? He's a young boy named Peter Parker who likes a girl and he shoots white goo from his hands. That's every young guy I know.
What was the first joke you told and how did it go over?
The first joke I told was about Jesus being gay. It died a hot death. The first joke I told was really a true story. It was really, the fact that I wanted to be a comedian and an actor, and it happened in my house. And my dad, very traditional Indian dad, he always wanted me to be a doctor, right? And I was always wanting to be an actor. And he was like, I want to be an actor. And he was like, no, you got to be doctor. It's like actor, doctor, actor, doctor. And then he finally said,
Okay, fine, act like a doctor. Get on that ER show or Anatomy of the Grave. That's a good one.
In one of my classes, there was this Indian guy who used to sit next to me in like math class. He would always sing these Indian songs. And so I'm sitting there trying to figure out 2 + 2, and this guy's singing his Indian songs. I'm like, okay, that's cool. It just stuck in my head. So then I made this joke up about getting married to like this Indian girl, and I said I wanted to impress her. So I sang the song on stage, and everyone was like, how the hell does he know how to sing, Indian songs and stuff?
It wasn't even really a joke. I was making fun of somebody that had went up before me. They were reading their entire routine off a paper. Yeah, that was the joke. It wasn't even... Can you hear me? Hi, Mom.
Shout out to the security guards in the house that fucking take their job too seriously. You guys are not cops, okay? So don't look at me like you can do what you're gonna do. Blindly, what the fuck y'all gonna do? I remember I told her I was a stand-up comic too, and she's like, you a stand-up comic? She's like, give me a lap dance. I was like, yeah. She's like, oh, that's cool because comedians and strippers are kind of alike. I was like, how the fuck is that? She's like, well, comedians work on stage just like strippers do. The mic stand's kind of like a pole. I'm like, man, that's bullshit, man. You'll never see comedians walking around the audience talking about, excuse me, ma'am, do you want a table joke? No? Okay. Walking around and shit.
Has anyone walked in on their parents having sex? Like recently? My mom has really let herself go.
I remember when I used to live in Vancouver. I used to live in the gay neighborhood. I used to have to entertain entire audiences full of gay people. I actually had to do a room full of lesbians. I guess I didn't do them, but I told them jokes.
What do you do if a joke doesn't go over well?
I get these really weird cramps. My knees buckle. I fall to the ground and I weep for about 3 minutes, and then I get back. Oh no! You just move on.
Yeah.
you either move on or you make fun of the fact that nobody is laughing.
Yeah.
And that usually works.
Sometimes I bail out on my new material because I'm like, I don't know if it's gonna work, and I'd rather just get the laughs and not take the risk.
I really think about being a big girl that will always attract the smallest man. You know what I'm talking about? You love a big woman. You see him from across the way, you think he might be the right height, but then he gets closer. Closer. And he's always looking at you like he's gonna climb a mountain. He's just like, yeah! Like you can't have what you can't reach. That's why the cookies are on the top shelf.
Power of the vagina. Girls have a move like this here. They're like, please go on the roller coaster with me, please. And then they open their legs slow, and then they'll get right in your fucking forehead. It's true and shit. And then your dick talks for you. We're fucking going. And you're like, holy shit.
I did not know that February was Black History Month. I didn't know that. The only way I found out was all my black friends were complaining. They were complaining because it's the shortest month of the year. They want a longer. I was like, what the f*** are you complaining about? You guys have a whole month. Us Indian people, we only have a day. It's not even Indian Day.
is Multicultural Day. That day, my mom dressed me up in a little Indian outfit with a big old turban and sent my ass to school. I got my ass kicked that day.
They got one in Wonderland Drop Zone. Yeah, they just kind of raise you up and just like drop you down like a third world elevator. Do not go on that ride. No, she was up at the top and the ride was about to go and then something went horribly wrong and a cable snapped and whipped out and chopped her feet clean off at the ankles. And all of a sudden she's too short to go on half the rides. Terrible.
That's what I like about going to like a multicultural school, because you get all the different, ethnic groups and stuff. You get influenced by everybody. That's why I love Scarborough. That's why I love performing here in Scarborough.
And that's why, people here at Centennial you're my people.
So that was the comedy show. Hope you liked it. If you'd like to tell us what you thought of the comedians, you can go to CCSAI.ca, post a comment, tell us if you liked or if you didn't like the comedians, because we want to hear from you. So CCSAI.ca, and we'll see you next time.